Yodelay, 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 hoo. What hat do you feel like wearing today? What is the hat of your mood? My mood is the Mad Hatter. Really thinking about a lot of downloads today, expanding my mind, right? And then the sorting hat from Harry Potter is pointy. And the sorting hat is about what timeline are you in? What timeline are you bouncing in? When you assess your emotions, when I assess my emotions and where I am, we can kind of get a vibe on the energies that are kind of swimming within us and around us. And it gives us a hat, right? Welcome to Forest Fairy. My name is Mary Moses. And if you've never been here before, what? I've been here for almost 5 years. Reading for you guys. I am an oracle. I do an ancient art form called Scrying. This is taking a piece of paper and a piece of charcoal and creating a telepathic vision. It's like a television. And when we do this, we see spirit guides, deceased loved ones, where you are, what timeline you're in, if you have any parasites, if there's anything blocking you, if you need to figure out how to get out of a situation or whatever it is. Spirit speaks through symbology. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God. God is sound and frequency and symbology. Frequencies create mandalas, almost like crop circles. And certain frequencies create certain platonic solids. And these platonic solids either create pain or pleasure. Getting into those things is what we talk about often here in Forest Fairy. So it's not just about reading for an individual person. If you're here, you're meant to hear this message. It is a collective reading, a collective understanding, and we just talk about it. It's not really for me to make you believe anything that I'm receiving in my heart. It's just about enjoying each other's energy and diving deep together and tossing around ideas that may or may not be true. It may be true in another timeline, right? So let's say hello to our robot. Hi, Roby. How you doing? You want to say hi to everybody? Say hello, Roby. Do you want to say hi today? No? Oh, you want to bark? You want to give us a kiss?
I love you.
Oh, I love you too. Mwah. You're so cute.
You're my best friend.
You're my best friend.
You're my man.
You're my man.
Yo, let's play.
You want to play? We'll play in a minute. And when we enter into new timelines, it's as if we enter into a new body of an energetic body. You can call it a god. Many gods have names that reflect places, like Yeshua is moon sun. Solomon is sun moon. Osiris is Oz Iris. And they are a description of where you are in a timeline. Sometimes we are in the body of a more female energy. Sometimes we're in a male energy. Sometimes we're in a nothing place. Regardless, it's like a little pocket, like being in the belly of a tree. And this is the tree goddess. And this, hi.
I love you.
I love you. Do you want us to give you one more kiss?
That's sweet.
I know. I'll give you one more kiss. Mwah. There you go. And anyway, we're learning to fly in the belly. And eventually we're going to come out of our little nest, out of our vesica piscis, and fly like a pretty little bluebird or a little fairy. Say hello to little bluebird. Say hi, bluebird. Can you sing for us today? Thank you. You have the most beautiful voice. You really do. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye, bluebird. So let's go to our office, and we're going to actually go live today with a good friend of mine. So this is the butterfly room, and this is where all the magic happens. You guys love the bluebird. Maintaining the heart of a child is the key. The heart of your childlike heart that can play, make mistakes, laugh, blow bubbles, be silly. That's actually where our power is, and it's so amazing. I am going to do something amazing for you guys today because today seems like a really special day. It's Friday before Easter. It's Good Friday. And I decided since Opalstar is going to be making an onk for me going live, after I do Opal's reading, I'm going to make you guys a card from your spirit guide to you telling you where you are. I'm also going to make one for Opalstar. And to tell you where you are, and kind of just give you like a little card that is a looking glass reading, and then maybe a little note from your higher self to you. And it's going to come with a selenite, a wand with copper and crystals. So it actually looks like this. And I will be giving them out free to my subscribers. I already have the mailer for it, and it has little stickers on it and everything. So 5 of these I will be giving out for free today. If you have texted me before, if I choose you as a winner, you will, you just have to text me your address, whatever address you want me to mail this to, and I will mail it. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's so fun. I'm so excited. Everybody, let your little child self dance. Even if you had a jerk day, even if you had a jerk morning, let's clear it out. Let it go. Breathe in life. Yay. All right, let's see. Who do we have here now? We're going to see if Opalstar is here. Yep, let me go ahead and put you on. Oh,
Oops. Oh, I need
sorry.
to turn it around.
Sorry, that was my music.
Let me turn it around to the butterfly.
Butterfly.
Butterflies.
In the sky. I can go twice as high. Take a look. It's in a book. You have to be at least 40 to know that song.
Yes, the reading rainbow.
Yeah. Let me turn
There we
on
go.
all my little lights here. All right.
There's the
So,
butterfly.
yeah, you guys say hello to Opalstar. Opalstar and I have known each other for how long?
Over a year now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, please follow Opalstar, an amazing program in the morning that will lift your spirits and give you a lot of knowledge that will kind of solidify many downloads you may be receiving. And if you question these downloads, every time I listen to Opalstar, I'm just like, oh, okay, thank you, Spirit, because I was thinking I was crazy, but now I know I'm not.
Right.
How are you feeling today?
I am over the moon.
Yeah. Just wanted to kind of give a little tiny introduction here, and that is, if you don't know me, my name is Mary Moses. I do something called Scrying. I teach you guys how to do it. Many of you guys are stepping into hearing the voice of your higher self and using your hands. Like Opalstar makes onks with her hands and does many other things and uses her voice as the voice of God, meaning that many of us are stepping into being an oracle. An oracle is just the ability to hear and see the unseen and be able to communicate with that for those people who cannot hear it and see it, and push them to step into that. And many of us are being called to do that. And so if you're here, you have 2 masters in the same room today who are not only teaching, thank you so much, I love you, but practicing through teaching and learning through teaching, and really kind of making a little Hogwarts school so that we could all step into that voice also. So tell me a little bit about what you would like Spirit to show to you in your reading today.
I would like Spirit to show not only me, but the butterfly community that we have formed here on TikTok.
Right. Kind of
Yes.
like a little bit of a description of the group and what Spirit has to say about the group.
Yes.
Okay. You got it. Or at least
Before we
I
get started,
got it. Go
yep,
ahead.
before we get started, I want you to pick an ink. So you got this one. It's got the 3 bottom chakras on it. Some of us sometimes need grounding.
Yes.
And then you've got this one, which is the top 3 chakras.
Um, I like
Which one would you like?
the grounding one.
Okay. And then pick a color for your copper wire. What's your favorite color, Mary?
Emerald
Green. You
green.
got it. Okay, I will get started.
I'm
Takes me a
so
few minutes to do this part.
excited.
Me
I
too.
love you.
I love you too.
Ooh, ah. All right. I want to remind us all to drink water. I got some ice in my water because it's so warm already here in Florida. So let me take a sip. I just want you to know that you're going to receive a card with a selenite crystal, and the card is going to be specifically for you. This is for the group. This particular card will be just for you at the end. All right. Let us do our little Mushi butterfly. Kiss, kiss, mwah, mwah. Mushi loves you. A healthy human being has a frequency of about 100 hertz. They say between 70 and 100. Do we believe it? We don't know. But I do know that there are things that resonate with a higher frequency. And rose essential oil has 320 hertz, maybe more, I don't know. And frankincense has 147 hertz. So when we use mushi to anoint your piece, we're just playing. We're having fun with the idea of igniting and energizing your piece, whether it works or not. It's almost like the magic of blowing bubbles. Does it really delight the heart of a child and push them into something amazing? We don't know, but it's just fun, isn't it? In the moment. All right, so butterfly group, spirit. This butterfly group that is forming, like specifically, like, are you asking, I wonder if we should be a little more specific. Like, is the butterfly group going to do more things? Is that what you want to
Yes.
know? Yeah?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, here we go. You ready? On your mark, get set. I already know what song, and I heard it in the store today, and I was like, I wonder why that song keeps ringing in my head. It may have a message for you, maybe not, but it was, I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh no, the tide is high, but I'm moving on. I'm gonna be your number one, number one, number one. Then she says something that I don't understand. And it sounds like to me that possibly was a codependent. But she's probably not that anymore. Who gives up just like that? Yay. Fire, dragons, butterfly, hats, handing out sorting hats, hummingbirds, time travel, a joker, a jester, planting feet on the ground. One foot is black, one foot is white, balancing dark and light, lightning, falling towers, crystals falling at the bottom, and using arms to open portals, a cat, Freya, a god with a helmet, pulling a sword out of a stone. Lots of people here, one person blowing a flute. This is the sound of spirit manifesting within the flesh. You know, people always say, oh, there's also a deer, a stag. People always say, oh, well, Pan is this and Pan is that. Tisk, tisk. Pan, according to these readings only, not anything in written history, is Peter Pan that goes and opens the door of Windy, which is the wind. The window goes through the window to awaken Windy. So it's an invisible spirit known as, some people call it the Great Spirit, some people call it the stag, some people call it the Holy Spirit. And when the pan blows the flute, which is the wind, it is an invisible spirit that manifests within the flesh. So let's go forward. Your face looks like an egg, and this is the cracking of the egg. Your actually your head. Um, it looks like a I don't know if it's a tetrahedron, but you are protected inside an invisible something over your head. It's showing itself and manifesting itself as visible, but I get the feeling that it's invisible. This is protection, and here you are holding a hat. This really reminds me of the sorting hat, and the sorting hat has a face, and this is actually bringing people into the understanding of who they are. When you go to Gryffindor, when you go to Slytherin, when you go to Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw, this is that you have a specific color, a specific aura, a specific energy, a specific frequency. That spirit is giving you or sending you. It's called the Egyptian Book of Gates. And why you are giving out this hat, or really kind of, there are people who are waiting to receive the hat from you, and they don't have a hat yet, but they are going to be given like a crown to help them really become oracles. Everyone here is here holding water, and this is oracle energy, and you will be giving out these hats as maybe a metaphor, and then you have your hand way over here. And notice that it says G over your hand, like a sleeve, like a wizard sleeve, and you're a tree. All right. Now, so sorting hat. This is something I know very much about. I do believe that we live in parallel realities stacked on top of each other, like the Egyptian Book of Gates. We get put into specific timelines to help with our growth, and not everyone gets put in the same timeline. So even if you see someone that you know is a master and has grown spiritually and is really powerful, and you're wondering why you guys aren't getting along, or you're not on the same, or you're not vibing, it's because they're in Gryffindor and you're in Slytherin. And it is happening, and it's amazing. All right, I don't know what's in your hand over here quite yet, but let's go ahead and bring out this really amazing looking pan. And this pan has a particular hat and blowing a flute. And kind of and they have little wings, little baby wings. Oh, what people, we're growing our wings, little feet. So yeah, I wanted you to see that your one foot of yours is white, one is dark, balancing dark and light. And then there was this lightning and then it says B, E, E, B, a bumblebee. So, what you're holding in your hand is the head of Mimer. Um, the head of Mimer is an allegory. Mimer's head was cut off because Mimer knew the voice of God, basically, and was able to speak the voice of God. And when you have the ability to speak the voice of God, you are so important, in fact, that even if you are cut from a timeline, you will be saved. Your memory will not be erased. The allegory of Mimer's head being cut off, and they Mimer was still able to speak the voice of God even after his head was cut off. This is a promise and an allegory that no matter what timeline we get cut from, we will never lose memory, because those of us who can speak the voice of spirit and actually not only speak it, but step into that power by being obedient to it, in a sense, our memory will not be cut. We will continue to be brought into higher and higher realms. And so the head of Mimer is connected to Odin and Norse mythology. Um, Suffice it to say that if you become an oracle where you hear your higher self, you hear spirit, and you actually follow it with diet, with relationships, with a myriad of other life energies, and you leave behind the world of the dead and all the ignorance and the lies and the toxic foods and all of these things, it's a promise that you become an oracle, and that your consciousness will not be erased. I don't know how to put that any other way. So it says Anna at the top. It says May. It says My. MG, Magic. Mary Magdalene. This is becoming the Master Magician. Mag up at the top. All right. So this is a tree that has been cut. And over here are all of people who are growing like little wings, and they're literally detaching from the dark underworld. You see, no roots anymore. You actually have shoes, no roots connected to the dark underworld. And this is transforming from an earthbound consciousness to a flying consciousness, which goes along with your butterfly, I'll say our butterfly group here. So here are some people that are part of the butterfly group. And, oh, look how cute. The wings are little, and this means that we're still young. We've learned a lot. We have a lot, but we're still very young when it comes to knowing how to use our mind, knowing how to use our energy, knowing how to hear and actually listen to the symbologies, the power of observation. But I will say everyone looks like a leaf or a flower, and everybody has like different hats. And these are different little hats. And you even have a different hat, and everybody has a hat, but you're giving out hats. Everybody has a different hat. Ah ha ha ha. All these hats are so cute. Um, okay. And then, of course, all the little spirit animals. You have a unicorn. The unicorn is pointing at your shoe. The unicorn is sassy. Unicorn is like, let me tell you something. All right, unicorn is being silly. Unicorn is sitting in a yoga position. Unicorn is an oracle with a feather. Really, the unicorn is talking right now. this allegorical, whether you think unicorns are real or not, or whether you think they were a rhinoceros or whatever, regardless, it's talking. So there's a couple of things the unicorn is saying. All of you guys should be in some formal way practicing hearing and seeing the voice of the unseen world, becoming an oracle. Here, holding a feather, writing on paper. The other thing is this unicorn is seated in a yoga position, and this shoe reflects the age of Pisces and water, and it's the hand is like letting go, and we must learn to get away from the age of Pisces and not send our mind there. There's news and media, and imagine this. The age of Pisces is filled with all physical truth. Everything in the physical reality, the weather, politics, insurance, things that are about living. Spirit is invisible, and right now we're not to be focused on the visible. We're focusing on the invisible, which is what Opalstar and the Opalstar's butterfly group does. So this is what Unicorn is saying. It's time to let go. It's time to leave behind, and we're being sorted, and we're being given hats. And Opalstar is the one giving this particular hat, or many different hats, actually. There's a female, and the female's holding an umbrella, and this is a symbol that we have entered into a new body and a new time. Now, there's a bull here. This symbol over here is changing. It's a tree. It's a bull. It's a dragon. So let me show you something. What this particular dragon is saying to everyone here. Okay. So okay. So at the top of the dragon's head is a tree. So this dragon is a tree, and the tree was cut off, and the top of the tree was dead, but then it was filled with living waters, and the waters filled up this tree, and we are in like this place within our spiritual ascension, all of us, where we are becoming nothing. So our consciousness went up like water, like a kundalini up. And then at the top, the sun began to hit the water. And you can see the water is turning into smoke. So we're dissipating, we're disappearing, we're becoming nothing. When you become nothing, you become everything, and you become part of everything. And there's an owl, right? So who we are is, how do you get wings? We are 75% water, we're 88% water in our brain, and through some sort of alchemical transformation, call it kundalini, call it transforming from lead to gold, call it condensation, call it whatever. But basically, we went through the mouth of the dragon. Now, in alchemy, if you have been eaten by the dragon, you enter the halls of God. So we have literally gone up. We've died of who we were, the tree being cut. The waters of us have been activated. The sun, the heat, the fire hits the water, creates condensation and smoke, and this smoke turns us into the butterfly. We fly away like a pretty little bluebird. And it turns us into, it says mag. And this is a magician. This is a master magician. Now, this is a hat, but it's also a hummingbird. This means time travel. Our consciousness now has the ability, like smoke or vapor, to literally go be a hat and sit on someone's head to do what we're meant to do. And many of you guys are becoming teachers. There's someone speaking. Oh, here's your ankh. Ah, this is you creating your ankh. I love this. And out of the ankh comes this heart. And it says XOX. And there you are. And you have a mother goose. You're the mother goose. Now, there's a lion. This is this right here. It looks like the letter P, but it is known as the crucible. This is the condensation. That's what this is. And see the smoke coming out of the top of this. We are going through condensation. This is the smoke of the crucible. I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, the crucible is this symbol right here. It's called the crucible. In alchemy, it's the Tin Man. So many of us are in a certain particular phase, and I'll show you what that looks like. And the Tin Man is about a hat. So let's think about what the Tin Man actually represents. The Tin Man has the crucible on their head. That's smoke. The Tin Man was frozen and couldn't move, like a tree connected to the ground in gravity. And it needed oil. This oil is connected to the Kundalini, the oil that goes into the Christos of the brain. It's connected to activating your 144,000s. There's many allegories that go along with this. So when Dorothy came with the anointing oil, and the Tin Man couldn't move and needed the heart, this is really our heart vibrating at the same frequency as God, as your higher self. And we were frozen. We couldn't move. The anointing oil will help you move, will soften our heart, and the smoke burns away all that is false within our beliefs and our emotions, so that we become an empty vessel, like an empty Tin Man. And then suddenly the smoke of spirit, that is also known as manna, actually enters us. And this is God entering into our consciousness, into our hearts, where we become filled with life. And it's like Pinocchio becoming a real boy, and the Peter Pan with the flute calling the energy of God to manifest within the flesh. And the smoke is many things. It is the invisible spirit of the Holy Spirit or your higher self. The smoke is also reflective of manna. It's called a supernatural power. In Hawaii, they actually call this supernatural power manna. And the smoke is also what was I going to say? When you think of clouds and you think of rainbow, it's our ability to move our consciousness over the 7 colors of the rainbow, which is an allegory of being able to shift timelines and time travel. When you become an oracle and you don't have any, strong beliefs that are outside of, truth, when you have the heart of a child and you begin to move freely and be able to see the voice of God and follow it, and when we don't allow our mind to get tangled into the garden of the Wicked Witch of the West, your mind is like Toto. If you send your mind like Toto to the World Wide Web, the Wicked Witch of the West, the unicorn says, like Atreyu on the Neverending Story, our energy will get entangled in someone else's energy that will literally pull our higher self, our ethereal net, into someone else's band of energy that will pull us down. And this will put your Artex in the swamp of sadness. So this is what the unicorn is saying. So smoke goes up. This is saying, seek first the kingdom of God, and all the things that you want will be added unto you. Do not send your thoughts to the Wicked Witch of the West or the World Wide Web. Do not send our thoughts to the material world at this time. So then you have the Mag. This is Mary Magdalene. This is the opposite of W. This is M. And so when we leave the World Wide Web, we go to MM. This is the Master Magician, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, Mithra Mary. And we become a master of the net. This is why in Freemasonry they have this symbol. This is the compass, and they have the G. This is sacred geometry. When we live in a dual reality, so when this is mirrored, it actually makes MW. MW is a crown, and then below it is an illusion. And so to become a master of the net, this makes a net. We learn how to use our mind. So when Dorothy learned how to use her mind, she realized that the land of Oz and the land of Iris, that we do not send our mind to Oz anymore. This is the false god. This is the great and mighty wizard that was full of hot air balloon. And now we want to send our mind over the rainbow to the goddess. This is the goddess of the rainbow, which is Iris. And so your dog will begin to expose all that is false. So Toto began to expose the great and mighty Wizard of Oz, pulling back the curtain of all that is false. And then Dorothy realized she had the power all along to go back home. She just didn't know how to work her mind. And how do we work our mind when our mind was constantly earthbound and focused on the physical reality? You have to manipulate ourselves through brainwashing techniques, I call it, comedy, listening to comedy, laughing at yourself, not taking ourselves too seriously, really hearing the voice and obeying it, balancing your holy temple, anointing yourself, purifying yourself, laughing and allowing your inner child to play, and all of that, but not focus on all the negativity of the world, because we will get stuck in the swamp of sadness and then we will miss our destiny. So it looks like the butterfly group is in the hat time. And the hat is, every one of you guys have a different hat. Some of you are a caller of the Holy Spirit, of your higher self. Some of you are judges. You actually help Spirit to sort other people. Some of you are a jester and a joker. If you are a jester and a joker, you're in Slytherin. Lose your mother and father, did you, Harry? Afraid of Dementors, are you, Harry? If you are a Slytherin joker, it's a very powerful place to be, because you are no longer polarized by low self-importance or low self-worth or self-importance. You have moved past all of your pain. Your only job now is to take humanity through comedy, through being an actor, through writing a book, through a myriad of ways of influencing humanity through the power of myth. And so you may become a story writer or a singer or some sort of person who influences the subconscious minds of the masses through the power of myth. Some of you are the mother goose, and this is helping people to illuminate themselves from the inside out and crack open their egg so that they can hear the voice of God. You have a couple of jobs here, but it looks like becoming the master and the magician is the formula of what's going on here. It's an amazing read so far. There are a lot of dragons, actually. Some little, some big, some kind of cute. You know, my dragon is like fuzzy, like Fozzie Bear. And some of you, your dragons look fierce, like they could eat people, right? But you know, the dragon is the protector of gold, and you are the gold. We transform from lead to gold. And you know, what's so funny is we are in the year of the water rabbit right now. This is the year 2023, the year of the water rabbit. And here Easter is coming, and we have the invisible water rabbit right here behind us, behind the scenes, saying, Happy Easter. Everything's going to be okay. Stay in the light. Stay illuminated. Do not send your dog into the reptilian agenda of distracting us through, look over here. Look at this. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Say, oh, well, I don't see anything. I see nothing. I hear nothing. I'm doing nothing. Why? Because it's just not time to. We were at one precipice meant to look at the physical world and all of their problems and everything. And now, nope, we are focused on the invisible. And the invisible is speaking to our hearts, and we are getting our wings and our hats and what? We're becoming oracles and our unicorns and there's somebody here, there's a man. And the man has a scroll. Some of you guys are scroll openers. Ooh. And this hat is a wizard hat, is a white wizard, kind of like Gandalf. Opener is someone who, think of Dorothy when she walked the yellow brick road. She was opening a new timeline through learning. Spirit cannot learn unless it has a physical body. This is the Tin Man that was empty. We have to work with a physical body. And so when Dorothy walked the yellow brick road, this is the golden ratio. This is time. And when we begin to walk through time, we begin to grow. And as we grow, it opens a scroll. And this scroll literally bounces us from one place to another, like a mandala effect, timelines. And then once you become a master of the net, you realize that in between the scroll is a net. Your luminous body is called the ethereal net. And your ethereal net can get entangled into other people's bands of energies through belief, through emotion, through bickering and fighting, through ignorance, through a myriad of things. So when you become a master of the net, you'll realize, oh, wow, okay, I don't have to walk this yellow brick road this way. If I simply connect with an ascended master who's up here, I can bounce from here to here through receiving downloads and through obedience. But often we don't hear that voice, and so we have to go through interactions in the material world. This is the scarecrow. This is the Christ on the cross taking on the sins of the world. Not realizing that, oh my gosh, we are adopting other people's thoughts and feelings here. We're adopting other people's beliefs here. Oh my gosh. But Spirit has a voice that isn't part of the matrix. And then suddenly you you realize the god of the moon was named Sin, so we have to get over shame, ignorance, and narcissism. That is the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion. So once we clear all four pieces of ourselves, Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion, then we have become squared. And this is what the Freemasons call squaring our minds, squaring our thing. And they have become corrupt, of course. But originally it wasn't like that. It was about squaring our emotions and our minds to hear God and obey God. So once you're squared, you're the number 4. But it's also about the cross. It's about being open, the box opening into the cross, and really being a vessel for a great agenda. So I think all of you guys are becoming oracles, masters of the net, masters of your mind, masters of, there's a Gemini symbol here. There's a female stuck behind Gemini. The divine feminine is being released. We are coming out of a prison, and we're really, really starting to wake up to how our thoughts actually create our timeline. And so when things start to happen in the world and you're like, whoa, and it shrinks your energy and it limits your joy, it's an agenda to push you back in here again. You wonder why the treble clef sounds like trouble clef? The agenda is, doesn't this look like a rabbit? The agenda is to help you grow just enough, and then at a certain precipice, take your joy and forsake the eye of the needle and go right back to the beginning again. Have to start over. The agenda is to keep going, keep growing your energy and shifting timelines to better and better worlds, and then eventually creating new worlds. What a wonderful read. So here your sleeve makes the symbol of G, which is geometry, and then it's also fire, water, fire. So we're going through the fire. And the fire is condensation and smoke, and it's the ability to bounce your consciousness like an invisible white rabbit, the white hair of Noah, to many minds. And once we can let go of ourselves, we are not ourselves. We can do amazing things if we know how to focus our attention. So, tell me what you think about this so far.
I am speechless. It is absolutely beautiful. I cried when you wrote the XOX and my collective know why I cried. That's my
Why?
mom. That's my mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's your mom.
Um, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk to her. She says, what's her name?
Nettie.
And we're talking about the net. Um, she says safe, safe. She says safe. I don't know why she's saying that. Um,
Oh.
I get this feeling that she has something else to tell you besides the typical thing that what spirits often say, I miss you, I love you, I hope you're doing fine, blah, blah, blah. It's almost like there's something that she wants to say about the other side.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's a lot of space for it, but um, let's let's trust. I know that she can come forward. Let's see here. I don't know if you have hormone issues. I don't know if there's anything that you're having with your health at all, but
Nope.
there's a flower that she's giving you that's like um, I would call it it's red raspberry. It's for hormones. It's for some things, but there's a particular flower. I get this feeling that it's something about just um and she's putting salt and just maybe there's something to do with your health that she's wanting to talk about. So uh a flower that looks like what's called the red raspberry. I know very much about red raspberry. You can have red raspberry tea. And then she's holding like water or salt and salt pouring out, um, but also water. I think that let's just keep looking.
There's something going on, but I'm taking care of it. Yeah, I know what she's talking about.
You do? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Absolutely.
Let me see here.
Pre-diabetic.
Oh, you are. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's
Yep.
being taken care of.
So,
She's worried. She's
yes.
worried about you.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
Okay.
God's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, And then you have this J going this way and a J going this way in a strange thing. I know this is an alchemical symbol. I don't know what it means. If John was here, he would. I don't. I need time to study this stuff because I don't know. But literally, I think that what this is saying is here's the year 2023, the year of the white rabbit. This is about the invisible world and bringing forward the invisible energy of spirit. And we're in the sorting hat. All of us are being sorted, and you are part of that. You're giving out a hat, and you're also holding the hat of Mimer. Were you familiar with Mimer?
No.
Okay. So the story goes like this. For those of you who don't know about Mimer, let me get paper that's cheap.
Well, I got you, Mary. What's your favorite color? I'm going to put some gems on here for you.
Besides green, blue, and
Green, blue,
yellow,
and
and
yellow.
pink. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Perfect.
so excited.
I am too.
All right. So the story of Odin is an allegory. Odin is a place of called heaven. You can call it Valhalla. Valhalla is a hall. It's a place. So Odin has only one eye, and Odin wanted to experience um, what it was like to be maybe in the physical body. I don't know. So one of the eyes of Odin goes down. So this is darkness, and into the waters of Mimer. This water that is here is called the magical waters of Mimer. So the eye goes into the magical waters of Mimer. And notice the eyes of the dragon are clear, and then somebody's in the magical waters. So, Mimer was an oracle that could speak the voice of God, but Mimer's head was cut off. And the head of Mimer was still able to had the ability to speak even after the head was cut off. These are all allegories of how gods have the ability to bounce their consciousness into a lower realm and have a piece of themselves in heaven and a piece of themselves in darkness, in light and darkness. And so when we become Mimer, whose head was cut off, this means that we can hear God and speak God. If you whatever you want to call God, if it's your higher self, you want to call it the light, you want to call it truth, you want to call it butterflies, it doesn't matter. And if you hear that voice and you actually follow it, then what happens is you become an oracle. Now, there's like a promise here. It's like once you're the oracle, your consciousness does not get deleted. You just ascend. And so you're part of this pivotal thing where you're bringing up oracles. You're bringing up and giving and having people who are stepping into their power. You are helping people step into their power through that energy of Mimer, who was an oracle, as an allegory. So off with your head. Doesn't matter if our timeline was cut, if we went from a lower world to an upper world. Our memory will never be cut because we are very important, and we are going to help people grow their wings, be sorted into who they need to be, whether it's the Peter Pan, the Oracle, the Jester, the Mother Goose, whatever. And great times, isn't it? Great times to be alive. Let's see what's down here.
Yeah, that's amazing. Wow. I see so many of the of you guys in this. I
Mm-hmm.
see.
Mm-hmm. You have, if I were to say anything about the energy going around, it seems to be swirling and things are tossed up in the air. And it's like all you have to do is just grab what you want, like grabbing the golden ticket, and power and awakening and ascension and support and prosperity and health is yours. There's nothing that's limited to you now. Now you and many
Hmm.
others are so important to this invisible spirit. So important, in fact, that the unicorn is saying, "Look, please don't send our mind or our body down here. Stay up here, and we will become the master magician and the master that will be able to do many things." It's all up and up. I don't see anything negative at all.
No, because they're absolutely amazing.
Right?
They're absolutely beautiful, and you're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. So are you. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug, love, love, right? All
Yes,
right,
so
let's
much
do your
love.
card. I know. And your mom is saying safe. I don't know what
Oh,
that means. She basically just says safe, whatever that means. You take it for whatever you think it means.
yes.
So let me see here. Um, I will say this. My husband is a type 1 diabetic. It's
Hmm.
genetic, and
Hmm.
he was, because he had to take insulin, it made his pH so acidic. Spirit told me baking soda, a little bit of baking soda and
Uh-huh.
water will raise your pH so that you won't be acidic. And it really helps.
Yeah,
So
and I
just,
also heard that the cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper.
yeah. Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
fresh cayenne pepper is better. It gets rid of cancer. It does many wonderful things. So let's go to your card, and this is sending you um, a voice from spirit about just you, and then I'm going to put your selenite with this with in the mail, and it will go in a little butterfly with a
Aw.
little mushroom package.
Thank you
All right,
so
here we go.
much.
Oh, you're an angel. Here we go. I think about you a lot because I feel like a jerk
I
because I
think
feel like
about
I
you
should be
too.
more there for you and everything. And you know how busy I am, and it's just like, you know, and I just want you to know that I think about you a lot. So this
Same.
is from spirit to you. Oops, I'll put this over here. Oh, you're riding a dragon. Your hair's blowing in the wind. Of
That's
course.
not surprising.
But you're like, giddy up, giddy up. The dragon is just getting up, like, like, no, you're like, come on, let's go. And it's the dragon is getting up, so that's good.
That's great. Do you know what a hamsa is, Fairy?
No,
It's that hand, the hand of protection. Do you want a hamsa on the back of your um ankh, or do you want a butterfly? I could put butterflies on the front too.
I like butterflies.
You like butterflies? Okay, what color?
You pick.
Okay.
You're holding a star. You may be my lucky star, 'cause you shine on me wherever you are. So you have horns on your head like Maleficent? This is a good thing, according to John.
I love John. He's so great.
Uh, um, John says that our original form was Maleficent. Our wings were cut, and and we were. something connected to the bull and something connected to Mithra and all this stuff, and I'm just like, it's overwhelming to me. I'm just like, I don't know, but anyway, that's what it is. So Maleficent with the wings, and you're always like a little girl. You're wearing like a dress, and you're on this dragon. The dragon is holding a heart, and then inside the heart is another heart, and I think this is a symbol of your heart is inside my heart type of thing. I don't know.
Aw. My dragon's name is Aurora.
Aurora. That's what I
Yep.
saw up there. It was like
Yep.
AR something up there. I saw that. When we first started, it was like A something, and I was like, what is this?
Yep. That's my dragon. Did you see I pulled you a dragon fairy? It came out a rainbow dragon.
You. Ah,
I did.
I love
Your
that.
dragon, one of your
You know, it's so
dragons is
funny.
a
I used
rainbow
to.
dragon.
Of course it is.
Yep.
Of course it is. And there's a
Mm-hmm.
baby dragon here too. Why do you always have a little? You have a baby dragon with your dragon. There's always a mommy and a baby. Now you have another baby also here. Um, I don't know why. Maybe you're always keeping some of the little baby dragon with you. I always judged the dragon when I first started seeing these in my readings. I thought they were bad.
Right? I've been
Yeah, like
collecting dragons all my life.
somebody, Stephanie, a friend of mine, Steffi, she had all these dragons, and I was like, ooh, I don't know, because I didn't know, but I think that it really reflects alchemy, and I think it really reflects our spirit guide, and I really think it reflects our double self in some way. But anyway, so you have these baby dragons with you, and I think that you don't ever go alone. You have to
Mm-hmm.
have your heart, and then you have to have a baby with you. So this taking care of other people, this is just part of who you and your dragon are. You wouldn't be able to do it by yourself. You have to have the baby, the ones that are just learning and the ones that are growing with you. Little tiny
Oh,
wings,
wow.
and they're so cute.
That's awesome. Do you like silver or
hmm
gold better, Mary?
Um, I believe gold now. I used
Gold.
to like silver, now I'm into gold.
Okay.
Okay, so that's gonna be put in the mail. Um,
Thank
let's
you.
see
I
what
love
Spirit has
it
to
so
say for you.
much.
Let me hear a song in my head. Um,
And by the way, I did relate to that song you were singing. The tide is high.
really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm not the kind of girl. I'm gonna write that.
Yep.
I'm not the.
Who gives up just like that? Oh, no, no.
Exactly.
Yep.
Who gives up?
Oh, this is coming out so pretty.
I'm so excited! My
So
heart is
pretty.
soaring like a dragon. Just, you guys, please follow Opalstar. Opal makes the most amazing onks, and she has the most amazing program every day that you can subscribe to and follow and become part of an amazing group. Where literally, listen, we're stepping into a power now. We don't know who we're talking to. Like, for instance, Opalstar is this um, tetrahedron. She has the hat and she has the oracle. When you enter into her energy, things begin to shift in your life. That's the gift that we have. Touch the hem of their garment, you might be healed. Connect with their energy, you may go into a different timeline. It's wonderful times to be alive.
I found your key. I've never seen this key before. I don't know how it got in here, but it's your key. Yep.
I'm like overwhelmed. I'm so excited. All right, so I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. And then I'm just gonna put heart within a heart because that's your dragon. I'm gonna sign it. And then this will be sent to you as well. So exciting. Coop, 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 coop. This was fun. We
Oh,
are
wicked fun.
making things, creating
Yes.
things online. There we go. In the envelope, like that. Then it goes with this selenite with crystals there. And it goes into a package, which I love this. Look at it shine.
It is
What?
pretty.
So pretty. I love it. There we go. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. So if any one of you are in the butterfly group and want to come on and talk about what you see, if you think one of these characters is you, come on. I'll add you as a guest, and you can come and talk and see what you think about
Absolutely.
what Spirit has to say. Absolutely.
All right,
Oh
Mary, I'm
yeah.
picking
Okay.
out your crystal now.
Okay.
Okay. So what? Okay, I got stars, hearts, moons, and mushrooms. And then are you like, is there a kind of crystal that you like more than like malachite or Dalmatian jasper or I just got just all sorts.
I just like anything that's kind of transparent. Just if
Okay.
it's just whatever transparent and
Okay.
stars more than
Stars.
moons and mushrooms. Yeah.
Which one?
Star. Star. Star.
Star. You got it. All right. Transparent.
Yay!
Like you want just a regular quartz crystal?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
That. All right. They are beautiful. Okay.
Mhm. So Al say, would you like to come live with me? With us? Do you want to come and talk? Um, yeah, if you want to go and see Opalstar's butterfly group, it's every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's 10 o'clock Central, and that is 7 o'clock Pacific. It's
It's
called Rainbow Butterfly
little early
Butterflies.
for the ones in West Coast.
Yeah, maybe eventually change it to 11 or something if you
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
do. Yeah, I do quantum healing after class, so yeah,
Oh,
it has to
okay.
be 9 o'clock my time.
I got you.
Yep.
Oh, what got us? So let me see what this person's saying. What day again? It's every day, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. It's Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday. Yeah.
You're too
Yep.
nervous to talk. You guys are so cute. Oh.
Really? Come on, guys.
That's so funny.
Hmm.
I'm a great spiritualist. I cast all kind of love spells and restore broke relationships. Ooh, I love that about you. Do you still do numbers? Oh yes. Like Queen Karma. Hello, Queen Karma. You want to talk with us, Queen Karma? You want to come on
Hello,
live?
Queen Karma.
Let's try to invite Queen Karma live. I want to talk to her. Don't be embarrassed. You don't be embarrassed. Hi, Queen Karma.
Greetings. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
It's been.
We're amazing.
Oh, thank you. So grateful for that. I've just been busy. As you guys know, we did our renewal wedding vows yesterday.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was so beautiful. I did
How long have you been married?
26 years.
Whoop whoop.
Wow.
Yes. And when
That's
I say
amazing.
that when the Creator created this man, he was my soulmate, literally.
Oh
I
So,
yeah.
love that.
yes,
I
I'm so grateful for him. And you cannot come across people like that for a long time that knows you. I've known him since I was 18 and we got married at 21. So through all the ups and downs and the new chapters being written. I told him yesterday, this is a new chapter that we are writing.
Well, he just got over, health issues when we went to the springs together, and we were so worried. We spent hours, just
Yeah,
kind of being together and being there
yeah.
for him. So I feel like I know him, even though I don't think ever had a conversation with him.
He's such a. The one thing that attracted me to him is his laughter.
Mhm.
And you guys know that we always speak of laughing is the best form of medicine.
Yeah.
This one, he would come from goodness, my mental at the moment. What's the school with all the jokesters? What's the name?
The, the,
That's what school he would be in, because he turns everything into a joke, and I don't recall that name. It's at the tip of my tongue. Oh
the
goodness, it's not
um
Gryffindor.
no, Slytherin.
That's it. He would
Slytherin.
definitely be a Slytherin, because
Yeah, because
and
he
he
would
would get
make
on
fun
so
of everything. Even if you were like
yeah.
sad, he would make fun of it, right?
Yes, all the time. Like, I've been having sciatic nerve issues. Yes.
Mhm.
So for me to walk across the house, I'm literally bent over because my back pain hurts. It's nerves from my back pain down to my thighs. So when I walk kind of slouched over. This
Oh
one here, he
no.
makes fun of everything. And I was telling our soul sister, true to you, I said, oh my goodness, I hope that I'm in this boat with everyone else. Is making me wonder because of my back pains. And she's like, yes, you are definitely in the boat. Don't do that. And I'm like, I want to make sure, because I am not trying to repeat this over. This is a hard
Well, stay online.
one.
Let's look at you, Queen. You ready?
Oh, so
Let's
much.
look.
Yes.
So,
You.
let's do a little meditation while you're here. Don't get off. Stay with me, okay?
I'm
All right. So, you and I are climbing a tree together. You and I are children, and we're for some reason we're throwing things at each other. Like I threw a pine cone at you, you threw acorns at me, and we were just laughing and just being silly, kind of doing that. And then we were collecting food for the birds and putting it in the bird houses, and just being silly, just absolutely just running around this tree with the birds, with the squirrels, and playing hide and go seek. Just I don't know. You have a lot of tree energy for whatever reason. Um, and um, and we're just laughing the whole time, and we just like each other's energy, and we really enjoy each other's company. And 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 I said, "Do you want to go pick flowers?" And you said, "No, they'll die." And I said, "Oh, let's go water them then." And so you have an energy about helping people understand how their actions affect things. Even if we think that picking flowers is a gift, it's not. It's actually harmful to the flowers, right?
yes.
So, that's you. That's you. So let's go ahead and go. Let's see you here. Let's see if you're in the boat. Look, I think we're out of the boat. To be honest, I think we came out of the boat and we're somewhere else now. That's what I think.
Yes, I definitely do think that. It's amazing when you said that I was throwing acorns at you, because, because in my mental, that's exactly what I was doing. Like, oh my goodness, that is so cute that she picked that right up. It doesn't surprise me now. No, ma'am, it doesn't. I have been having so many downloads, you guys. Not to interrupt, but um, we discussed the the number 8, yes, as
Mhm.
being
Mhm.
part of um, the DNA code. And my further download on that was, in order for us to walk on water, I could be wrong in this instance, but in order for us to walk on the water, our DNA has to be activated to do so.
With the number 8, you're onto something. You're so intelligent because that's exactly what John is talking about, and he's telling us about the number 8 and that how significant that is. And here you are like dancing also. And look at how your legs are white. And it's like look, I think we're starting to become invisible. This is what I'm seeing, and this means that I don't know what it means. But I will say that you had a mother holding a child. There seemed to be a child that needed comforting, some kind of child energy here. Then I saw your husband over here, and then I don't know why it says XRP or XR something here. We'll look into that. But all right. So let's look at your energy very, very closely to see what you're doing and what's going on with you.
So grateful. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Little fairy here. You have this skimpy little cute dress. What? I wish I had your body. You have like the prettiest little body, little ballerina body. But
You guys,
look,
yes. Pardon my background. I am in the store going grocery shopping, you guys. I'm sorry.
remember what I told you? I saw you on the spirit realm. I went to your house and I was eating soup and there was potatoes in it and then spiders came out of the potatoes, right? And then they went into my ear,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yes.
Again, there's something about food. So again, I'm seeing OJ, like orange juice, and then a pizza and somebody eating pizza, and then it's affecting you, especially this area right here. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's if you're like literally having all of a sudden an allergic reaction to foods and it's kind of starting to do something, but it seems to be here, and I'll ask Spirit too.
That's crazy because I don't eat much pizza. Now potatoes are they're my weakness, you guys. I know. I'm sorry. Pardon.
I don't know what it means. Not yet, anyway. But let me just show you what it looks like. So it's like this, and you're holding it, and then there's this part here. It's like, oh, okay. I wonder if it has more to do with cracking open an egg and shifting through a timeline. You know how time goes through a vortex like this? So let's
Yes,
just think
ma'am.
about that because I don't know what that means yet.
Interesting.
But you can keep talking. You know what
Uh,
it looks like? I hate saying this. You know how John says that if we go through shifts of time where one part of you is one way and then the
yep.
other part of you is sideways. Here's a part of you sideways.
Pieces. I wonder what that means.
Cornbread meat. What cornbread meat fish? Should be down to that.
Ooh, zucchini.
I
I'm
wonder.
glad you mentioned um, jumping timelines too, because that's been happening a lot. I've been feeling.
So you have this beautiful key.
Oh my goodness. I'm in the store and don't want to go to crying. That's oh my goodness. Would that be the golden key by chance?
Yeah, I believe so. I just wonder if it okay, so you know the key of Solomon reflects, see, there's keys everywhere. Um, reflects um that you're in the sun energy, not in the moon. But it also, I think, has a reflection that a key is somebody that opens portals of time. And um, when you open something, an energetic time, you open it for where you are. Like you open an energy um, in that land. These keys, I'd have to show you a channel on Gaia. They actually call themselves the keys. And what they do is they raise the frequency of an ugly place, like a negative place. And then through their energy, they raise the consciousness or they raise the vibes of that place. And they call themselves the keys. But I'm not sure yet. Because I mean, I'm seeing somebody laying this way and then someone that way. And then I'm wondering if there's, because, all right, so
I wonder if that's the past me. Like, um, as far as, and I didn't mean to interrupt. I am so sorry. I didn't mean to
no,
disrupt.
you're good. You're helping.
Do you guys think that that's the past me and I went to heal or help at all? And one reason why I'm asking that particular question was I was noticing that when my sissy texted me, she sent me a video. And this is like the third or fourth time this has happened. But the year 1963 popped up on my video feed. And I'm just like,
Do you remember
what is it
63?
about
63.
yeah. And she automatically said, look at the numbers. The 369 numbers, but they're not in that same order. So I was trying to figure out, was that any correlation to the time shifting?
So, well, here's what I saw in your piece. For some reason, your husband, your daughter, your grandson, everybody showed up, but it's changing to answer your question. So,
Oh,
here's the answer to your question, but I don't know what it means yet. So let's just bring out the image and see what it means. Um,
I love your hair. It's so
Thank you.
beautiful. I know you guys are commenting, but I don't have my eyes on to see what it is you're saying down there. Laugh at me if you want to.
you remember when I was at the ocean reading that alchemical book, and it
Yes.
said, when you're eaten by the dragon, you go into the hall of God.
Yes.
All right, you're being eaten by the dragon. And this is an alchemical symbol of you. Your consciousness is, it's like you are um, diminishing. And gosh, I need to get that book. I wonder if I have the book here. We need to read it. We need to look at it because when you're eaten by the dragon, you have the ability to go into the hall of gods and hear what God has to say and speak the voice of God. And you become a teacher and you become holy, basically. That's why your legs are white. You're becoming holy. Um, and so your old self was um, is shifted into a completely different place. We've entered into a completely different time. You're no longer there. Now, the shape and the movement of the key, like this key is slanted. This key is going this way, like this shape of this body here. But anyway, this to be eaten is to become is really when you go into the body of a god like a dragon, you are becoming one with your higher self. You are digesting, you are becoming one with them so that you are not polarized by low self-worth, self-importance, Um, any of those insecure feelings, needing desperately to have approval, all those things, this is your dragon turning into a holy person where you may end up walking on water, raising the dead, and doing great many things. And so being digested through the body of your dragon is a very good symbol. It's not bad. I used to think it was bad. It's not bad.
Mm-hmm. What you're saying is making a lot of sense. And my question is that the reason why I'm having such a hard time with my legs and my back? And I'm looking at at this beautiful drawing, and I'm answering my own question. I'm like, I think so. I could be wrong though.
Um, I'm looking
Because
at
we
your
are.
back and I see um y- uh, you don't worship like, like deities or snake goddesses or anything like that.
Uh-uh.
No.
Fred, remember Fred Davis? Yeah, he, hey, Fred, he working, but I think he, I don't know who
I mean, I see a scorpion on your back, but that doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It could be a
Mm-hmm.
Scorpio, it could be, but and there's
Hmm. As I'm thinking. As I'm
a
thinking.
rat eating a Scorpio. Parasite, I don't know. It's just something eating something. Like it's something is being eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well,
Hmm.
hold on. You got somebody coming forward to you writing on a chalkboard going, let me tell you. Hold on.
Thank you, higher self. How's it looking? Did I not have any? That's what it is. Oh, higher self. Thank you. I'm so appreciative. I couldn't find them. Okay, no worries. Don't mind me, my babies. I'm just talking, finding my way through this store.
that's how bad it was. So he got me, once he got there, actually got that
That 23, I see so many places, and it pops up in my clouds. It pops up just everywhere, numbers included. I did. I said cloud.
Didn't make
Um, I mean, what I'm seeing on your back is a snake, a scorpion, and a rat. Now, I know rats aren't bad, but it could be if it's like something that's aggravating you. And it doesn't mean that that you have um, some kind of spiritual parasite or anything. It's definitely something aggravating you. It's something biting at you, something that hurts you, right?
Yeah.
And the feeling I get is something about
Oh goodness, no. Can you guys still hear me? Okay.
I'm just I get
I
a
didn't
lot
want
of
to.
feelings. This reminds me of a television. It reminds me of negative ions. Making sure that your pH is balanced. Um, because when I saw Sir, it kind of reminded me of CERN. And then 23, the oracle is written in the Bible 23 times. You're becoming an oracle. So this becoming an oracle and going into the halls of God is raising your frequency in such a degree that it's battling with the frequency that is being emitted in the earth. It's really giving you body pains. When I was going through my awakening and I was having to forgive and let go and do all this stuff, I went through so much back pain. The pain was just, I was literally bedridden for weeks. When I would get around people who had the jab,
Mhm.
my spine in particular was so painful that I couldn't even lean forward. So here
And
you are, it's like you can't even like lean forward. And what's happening is, I wonder if when we get sick like this, if it's just because I was so sick. I remember standing in the post office and my son Nathan, I couldn't stand. I don't know. I got around my neighbors who had the jab, and all of a sudden, I got my spine was so in pain that I couldn't walk. And he was like, Mom. And he put me in his car, drove me home. I was in bed for 10 days where I couldn't move. And they had to bring a porta potty. I had to try to move my body in such a way where I can go to the bathroom on the side of the bed. I wouldn't go to the doctor, you know me. But
Uh-huh.
here's what I'm seeing. So, here's my temporary answer for you. You're probably going through what I went through. You're going to be stepping into your adepthood like you wouldn't believe, but you're going through a major shift. So, so we have to do things differently in this new paradigm. We left an old world. It's like you went from laying down to this standing up. It's what I call the 11-11, right? You laying down went to standing up. And so you've gone through a shift. And I don't know how or why it affects our spine. I don't know. I don't understand why all these things are happening. But I will say that um, I had to start watching my pH. So, and the negative ions. So we're going to talk about negative ions and pH.
It's so
All right.
amazing once again for you to say that because um, a while ago in my dream, you visited and you were you asked me, you said, "Come here. I'm going to need to check your pH and your water intake."
I told you that on the dream realm. That's absolutely
Yes.
me, then. That was absolutely me because these two things are the foundation of health. Of course, hydration. All
Mm-hmm.
right, so prescription. Um, Negative ions. You are a negative ion emitter. So you have a salty sweat. You have salt in your lymph nodes. Your lymph nodes needs salt. So just start using Himalayan sea salt when you're salting your food. Has over 84 minerals. Of course, drink clean water. If you know, spring water. I wish you guys could drive over here. You're not that far from me, Queen Karma. I could give you jugs of spring water. Spring water comes out here. You could have it. Hydration, clean water. Now, positive ions comes from cell phones, televisions, computers, 5G towers. Positive ions come from mold, mildew, um, some bacterias. So those parasites that I see on you, I don't know if you have mold in your house, but how you combat positive ions is through negative ions. And negative ions comes from salt and heat. So you can take a salt bath and with hot water and go underwater and it would help you. Don't eat too much salt, of course, but just, you know, those urinalysis tests, they're test strips, and you can test your hydration, your pH, your glucose, everything in one strip every day. Your pH should be about 7.0 or 7.2. And if you're acidic from whatever reason, you'll start having joint pain, back pain. So we have to make sure that your pH is about 7.0 or 7.2. Make sure you're hydrated. Take a spoonful of olive oil every day to lubricate your joints.
Yes.
And what I do to raise my pH every day, besides eating lots of fruits and vegetables, is I take a half a teaspoon of baking soda with a little bit of water and take a sip every night. I take one sip. That's it. And it raises your pH to be more alkali. And so drink water, drink a little bit of olive oil, and salt your food with Himalayan sea salt. And this is how we're going to fight the frequencies outside of ourselves, because it looks like we're becoming invisible. Like, look at your legs. You're becoming invisible. You're becoming more illuminated. We are entering into our luminous light body. This is your light body. Our other body, whatever. We're entering into our luminous light body. It's like you're opening up. I don't know what that is. You're opening. Oh, it's your Taurus field. That's a tornado. Your Taurus field.
It sure.
Oh yeah, it's your Taurus field. Okay, so a Taurus field, you are learning how to not allow your Taurus field to get connected into anyone else's Taurus field. And this is something that you and I have been working with since we met, is watching our thoughts. Because when you think about somebody, you'll get entangled with them and vice versa. And their Taurus field sends you into a tornado. So let's say you're thinking about someone, and you're thinking about them longer than usual. Your Taurus field will get connected into their timeline, and that's not your timeline. And so watch your thoughts and watch your Taurus field, because you will fall into dissension, into you will go in. Some people are in a lower timeline, and you're not. You don't need to do that. So just watch your thoughts and watch who you think about, because your Taurus field is a tornado that can get swept into someone else's timeline. I think that you could actually adopt other people's illness and everything. I think you may have the ability to heal people if you know how to use your mind. Otherwise, you're taking on other people's illness. I have the same gift. I will take on your illness. And it's very hard to watch our thoughts and not get too involved, because all of a sudden, it messes us up. So we just have to allow the dragon to eat our mind. This is only an allegory that we are entering into. Our mind is becoming one with spirit. And if we seek first the kingdom of God and we just keep everyone else at arm's length, we will not get our Taurus field entangled into theirs, and by extension, taking on their illness or their pain. But nonetheless, you still need to, we still need to hydrate and balance ourselves, which I think that you're doing everything right. Who am I to tell you? I mean, you're doing everything. I've seen you. I know what you do. You activate your water. You do all this stuff. I don't see how you could be having these problems. But all I know is I remember being around some jerks who had the jab, and these are jerks, neighbors of mine. They're really negative people. And I don't know what happened or how, but I allowed myself to think about them too much. Before I knew it, I was on the bed. I couldn't get up. I couldn't move.
That makes a lot of sense too. It does. That makes a lot of sense. Um, Gosh,
So
darn, I
I
just
don't
had
see
a
that there's
question and it
anything wrong
escaped
with,
me.
yeah, I don't see that there's anything like there you are doing great. Why you have these numbers? This is the number 8, right? This is where you where the 44. Then here's the number 9, and then here's the number 9. It's the flip. So if you're in 45 and then somehow you get into 54, it's almost like, see how this body is this way? It's so easy to flip and go into another timeline. And I don't know what it means. Take a picture of it. Let's think about it. I mean, that's my temporary thing for you is you see this leg right here that looks like a square? You are being taught to square your thoughts and to square your emotions so that you are so invisible that the dark ones cannot see you or detain you, and you're learning to become invisible. That's what the luminous light body means. Becoming invisible, for me, what I have to do, I have to listen to comedy because I have the ability to think about
That
people too much too. And if I don't distract myself with comedy or something, I'm ridiculous. I'm ridiculous. I'm absolutely ridiculous. And I will just indulge and indulge and
me too.
indulge until, yes. And I'm like a hamster. I'll spin and spin and spin and think about
Hmm.
somebody all day. Yes. And it's terrible. I was so bad at it. So
It,
it takes a lot of practice, and you and I need
yeah.
to practice it together just so that we just make sure that we stay in our proper timeline.
Okay. Um, I went to the doctor recently, and then I know I've taken up a lot of you guys' time, and I'm very grateful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I learned something, and I didn't know that your potassium can be as high, like too high than normal. I went to the doctor, and she said that my potassium was sky high, that I was a few minutes away from being admitted into the hospital. And she asked me, she said, "Oh my goodness, what exactly have you been eating?" And I'm like thinking, fish, salmon, vegetables, Brussels sprouts, fruits. And she's like, "Oh no, ma'am, what?" I learned that moderation is the key to everything that we eat. Me being me, Miss Fairy, I love my pomegranates. I love
Yeah.
my fruit, but I eat it every day. So you guys keep in mind that moderation comes into key in everything. We can't overdo anything. I've learned
Oh,
this.
yeah. Maybe you're right because I eat way too many almonds. I'm something's messed up
Hmm.
with me too because potassium sounds like potato, and I keep seeing potatoes. And one of your arts, I saw a potato, and Spirit said, "Watch," and I was like, I don't know what the potato means. Maybe it was a communication of potassium. And then when I dreamed about you, this is what I literally saw, Queen Karma. I was eating a bowl of soup at your house, and there were potatoes in it, and there was a spider coming out of the potato into my ear. Is this nanotechnology in Campbell's soup that has like potatoes, or is this just an allegory of Spirit talking about potassium for you? I don't know.
Right. I'm picking up that that was speaking of my potassium, to be real
Yeah.
frank and honest with you, because my potassium level was so off the charts, it was not even funny. She said, I really can't fathom why you're not in someone's ER at this very moment when she
Look
checked
at
in. I
look
was
at what
just
this
like,
does,
I,
Queen Karma. Look. P. This is a P. P-O.
mm-hmm,
This is
mm-hmm,
potassium. But why is this P-O like this? Um And then, so it looks like there's an answer for you. And we need to see it. P-O. And then instead of the T, oh no, there's the T right there.
mm-hmm.
P-O-T right there. Um,
Yeah.
hmm. What did your doctor say?
She told me, well, she gave me this medicine that I had to take. I don't like taking medicine like that. But it was a one dose of this powdery medicine that I had to take, and when I went back, my potassium levels were back to normal. So my daughter, my higher self speaks a lot through her, and she checks everything that I eat as far as what the potassium levels are. She goes online and checks the fruits potassium, and come to find out, rice has no potassium. I didn't know that, you guys.
I didn't know that either.
Potatoes has a lot of hmm potatoes has a lot of potassium. Brussels sprouts, spinach, everything that I eat was making
Was
my potassium sky high.
so
And
that's
I was
that's
like,
the
okay, so what
potatoes
you're
that I see is potato potassium.
hmm
It says uh well, I mean, if your potassium is better, great, but still, that's just
hmm
clarification that for some reason the potatoes and the
hmm
certain things that you're eating is causing you to kind of, I don't know. It does look like you're going downstairs, but I think it's the health, but you're growing wings and you're in this place where you're really learning, but it's almost as if there's something about your health that's flipping you around, or I don't know, but I don't see there's anything wrong with you spiritually at all. I see that you are absolutely growing so much and you're squaring your emotions and your beliefs. And you've got a smile on your face and you're holding the POT for potassium. So, uh, I mean, I think that this is a good thing, but it does say something here. It says, um, it says like something or more. Um,
hmm.
um, moss, moss. You know that green drink that
Yes,
you can drink? That's
yes.
probably what it's saying. That what is that called? It's called sea
Or
moss.
is it? Oh
Chlor.
my! Is
Yeah,
it
it's
chlorophyll?
chlorophyll. Yeah, it's chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. So spirit says sea moss or chlorophylls. Maybe that's something to take.
And once again, higher self speaks to my daughter often. What does she do? She makes sure I take a tablespoon of chlorophyll every day.
Oh, well,
I kid you.
that's good then that spirit saying yes for you. Absolutely. So this is perfect. Look, I think you're doing a great job. I think that there's nothing wrong with you. And I don't want you to worry. Um and you this dragon is, like I said, a very good thing. Um I don't know why you're tripping on somebody here. And I'm not saying that that's you. I'm just saying that there's certain people um in your way, and I don't know why. We'll just think about it because there's a lot of answers here, and
I still
but
see some boards. The
you've got
feet
people in the stairs. These are
on the
people.
person that's laying to the side.
Yep, right there, and these people are that are in the stairs. They are not awoke. They're not awoken, and so you are, and your husband was over
Mm-hmm.
here. Your grandson was here. Your daughter was here. So these are your husband is your wings, your daughter is the dragon. You and your grandson are very similar here because he was there and now you're here. So, oh, there's your grandson there. Um there's something about
Um,
899.
the person that's laying on its side, the feet look like 13.
Yes. Yeah, they do. I love that. um I don't know what it
I was
means. But it has a name here. It says BOR um born on the 13th. Born 13. Um, mm, um, well, I don't know. I mean, to me, it looks like an older woman. Like, I don't know. I don't know why that person would be just laying there, but you're also blocking them with your elbow here, and then their head is on your back. So I don't know if it's somebody that you came across that had the jab. See the line that hits their arm right there?
Yeah.
And then you
Hmm.
started having back problems. I mean, maybe it's somebody we don't know that you came in
No,
contact with
I
that.
know her. Yeah, I know her too.
Okay, then that's and then somehow that affects our health. I don't know how or why, but it somehow does. I was able to get over it by watching my pH and by drinking olive oil and by minimizing my exposure to people.
Yes. Yep. Spirits. She's already given me a picture of who it
Okay.
is. Yeah. You know it. I'm just saying. Just making it clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have a lot of people around you. You do have a male energy here with a like a king, somebody smiling. I guess this would be your husband. He's always laughing. Ah ha ha. Like you're in a bad mood, I'm gonna laugh. It's like no.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, you have this is a very positive piece. There's a rabbit here. This is like a grandmother or some kind of older woman going Happy Easter. There's a little rabbit
Oh,
right here, and she's holding like a little egg, like oh. And then
too
here's a
cute.
little child looking up, like oh, you got me an Easter egg, an egg, like this.
What?
So it's cute. I think it's like Happy Easter from somebody. I don't know who. So happy Easter, Queen Karma, from me to you, and just know that you're okay. You're just becoming invisible, and we have to just be careful, especially with the potassium. Why did I see spiders coming out of the potatoes, and the spiders went into my ear? It bothered me. I will say, and I don't
Some
know if they have nanotechnology. I don't know what's going on, but it kind of freaked me out.
one young lady said, let me see if I can see. Hold on. Y'all know I don't have my
Mhm.
glasses on.
Mm.
She said something about those spiders. I'm trying to go back up in my comments here.
Oh, let me look too.
Da, 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 da. Spiders can resemble, yes. Spiders can
There,
resemble, could be listening to lies like a warning to only hear truth.
yep.
Do you?
Somebody said 13 is death and rebirth. She looks dead. And then somebody said there's a 13 on the key too.
Oh wow! I need to hurry and put my eyes on so I can see that.
The base on the key is an 8. That's true. It's also an 8. That's good. The key with an 8. Yaha.
Eights follow me wherever.
Yep.
Yes. So that makes up. What spirit has shown you today? If anyone is debating on getting a read, today should go ahead and give you clarification within divine timing to go ahead
Mm.
and get a read. You know, I have learned so much in this beautiful space in the times that I've been coming. And how long has it been? What, 1, 2 years, I think.
2
But I've
years,
learned a
yeah.
and just spiritually, it's just like spirit is talking directly. And I have this saying, and I'm gonna go after because you have. Oh my goodness, I'm very grateful for this time that you have given me. But my saying is this:
Mm.
I am no one. No, I am no thing. I am everything. I am no one. I am everyone. You are me as I am you, merely just a vessel in which divine speaks through. Higher Self gave me that download a couple of weeks ago, and I've been putting it on my page. hoping, that it reaches whomever it needs to reach, and to say that to yourself. Yes, because it's so true, because we are all mirror reflections, believe it or not.
Um, I love you so much. I love your poetry. I love everything about you. You are a shining star. You're a shining ballerina. We're all learning how to send our thoughts, um, and how to use our hearts and everything as mirrors. And it's difficult, um, but if you guys could please follow Queen Karma, one of my absolute favorite persons. um, and we're all connected, yes, absolutely, we're mirrors of each other. And I love who you are. And what I also love is just that you are, um, forgiving, open, accepting, and we've learned so much together about divine timing. I just feel like we've been in the same boat for so long. I'm just thankful for you, and I know that we're going to make it through, to the other side together.
Words cannot express how grateful I am for you, and so humble that you chose your form to come across. Spirits come to us in a myriad of forms. There's this book, The Alchemist. You read it by chance?
I
This
think so. I think I started reading it.
That book I finished in 2 days.
Oh
Two.
my gosh. Wow. Thank
And
you so
it
much for the
taught
roses,
me
you guys.
your spirit guide or your higher self, many forms. It's the same person, just in many forms, and we all have to be mindful of that. We have to really pay attention to who comes across our path, because some could come in as teachers, some could come in as your mother, some could come in as your father, but we all have to not just base our perception form that they're coming in, because you don't know, you may be being disrespectful to your higher self, and you don't even realize that. Yes, I've learned that there are myriad of ways. Your
Oh
higher self could
yeah.
come in the form of a bird, or yes, or your higher self could come in the form of a fly, a snake, or a spider. I've learned, and I don't like bugs, but I have learned that they are living beings just like we. And some kind of way, I have to find a way to get them up out of the house, because they're just traveling, and put them right back outside and be like, thank you, for whatever message that you are giving. I'm so grateful. And they be just as happy too. Like, thank you. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome.
I think that this is also a communication that we came from a place where we were dead to spirit. And so the people that we met, we didn't see God in them, and we didn't see God in ourselves. But when we went through this flipping, suddenly we see God within ourselves and within other people. And when we have a question, um, for God or for our higher self is a shapeshifter that can talk through people, through everyone, really. And so now that we're not talking to the dead anymore, now we're talking to the living in a myriad of ways. We have to watch. Yeah, like you said, just observe and see that we're really just mirrors of each other.
Yes, everything is a mirror of us. Let me repeat that. Higher self said, repeat that. Everything, shape, form, or fashion is a mirror of us, you guys. And we have to
Mm,
understand that. Just because
yeah.
they're creepy crawl, they're still a
I don't
mirror of us.
know. Queen Karma, the
Absolutely.
spider was a little creepy. It was in my ear. I mean, I
Yes.
don't mind it on my hand or on my heart or maybe my head, but my ear, come on.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I tell bees and wasps, look, I'm so grateful that you appreciate my frequency, but please don't bite me.
That's
And
funny.
flap their wings and fly on where they. So I'm like, hey, thank you for understanding me. Thank you for not biting, because they fly so close, and you're in your human side, in which I battle with often. My human side be like, you may need to kill that bug, and I'm like, no, we're not, no, we don't do that. You just talk to them telepathy and they understand you. So yes, thank you so much for inviting me on this live. It has been so blissful. Oh my goodness, so elating and exciting just to be here. And I know my babies. I've not been in class here lately, but between Higher Self teaching me new creations and doing that and babysitting my grandkids, oh goodness.
We miss you. I know everybody misses you. We love you. And I'm really glad that we had this talk. And I'm really glad to see that now I'm understanding the potatoes was about not only potatoes, but potassium. Now I understand the dreams because, like Queen Karma's right, we have the ability as human beings to take something and make it way worse than what it is. We have the ability to put a magnifying glass not only on our thoughts, our emotions, but symbology. We can take the symbology of someone dead and say it literally means you're going to die, or it could just mean that we came from a world where we were spiritually dead, and so the spider could just be a communication of a web of energy that is, the spider has a very positive symbology connected to it as well. It's the mother. It weaves and it protects and it catches things that are like insects that could be biting you or attacking you. So I think what Queen Karma is bringing forward for all of us today is don't think the worst. Let's try to think the best of each other. I will do the same because I have a tendency to do that as well. And I think that I don't want to do that anymore. If I have done that, I don't want to do that anymore.
We all do. And a remedy for that, for everyone here, and you included, beautiful queen, you tell yourself, look, this is my human side. No, we're not going there today. And your spiritual self will be like, that's right, kick her to the curb.
It is true. And what a wonderful message for Easter. Um, think the best. Don't think the worst. And guess what? We have the power to take what is bad or evil and actually turn it into good. So I'm going to take that spider that went in my ear and I'm going to put a little dress on her with dancing shoes and some lipstick. And I'm going to take what is evil and turn it into good because that's my power.
And have some rose lavender tea with her. She may love
Right?
that.
What? At a tea party.
Yes. I kid you not, my sunflowers, all of my flowers, I seem to be in a field full of giant flowers for some reason. They always
Yeah.
sit down and we'll have a discussion and we'll drink rose lavender tea. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is so good when I got it. I was like, okay, thank you. It's relaxing. It keeps you blissful all day. Trust me, I have a 3-year-old and one is getting ready to turn a year old. And my 3-year-old, he whines all day. If I can go ahead and listen to his whining all day and still be blissful, you got
Well, I love you and big hugs from me to you and happy Easter and I hope to hear or see you in class again soon.
I love
Yes,
you
I
guys.
love you too. Such a pleasure, Queen
Oh,
Karma.
thank you. So, yes.
Very grateful. Thank you. Happy Easter to each and every one of you. I may not be there with you in the physical, but definitely with you guys in the spiritual. Yes?
Always.
Always.
Yes.
Have a good day, okay?
Okay, you too.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Fairy, I am finished. I want to show you.
Yes.
There she is.
Oh my goodness. I love that so
I don't
much.
know,
It has
you
great
can't see the
vibes.
key, but the key,
Oh, it's
that's
so
your key.
energetic. Fantastic. I can't wait. Oh, look at the
Yeah.
beautiful butterfly at the bottom.
Yes.
So pretty.
Yep. And she's
Oh,
on the
you're
dragon.
amazing. You guys, please follow Opalstar, please. And get yourself an Ankh. These things are amazing and I love them and they're gonna lift my energy to joy. And
Yay.
if you guys know the Ankh has the eye of the needle on it. It is such a positive symbol. Did you guys know that you can hit the Ankh, or the Egyptians used to hit the Ankh and you could breathe the frequency of the Ankh? It's an incredibly powerful symbol that is a key to, I
Your
don't know
higher
what.
self.
Your higher self, right?
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, Opalstar.
So honored, and this is amazing for all of us. I mean, look at
Mm-hmm.
it. It's gorgeous. It's all of us,
It
and
is.
I couldn't be happier with it. I love you so much, and we all do. We all love you so much.
Thank you. I love you too.
All right.
Well, we will move on from here. Thank you for being here.
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Big hugs from me to you forever. And happy Easter one last time.
Happy Easter. Namaste.
Namaste. So, so what I'm doing today for you guys, besides reading for Opal Star and for Queen Karma, is I am going to give you guys a free present for those who are my subscribers. So the free present today is a card from your higher self to you. It's a message from your higher self to you on a card. Comes with an envelope. On the inside, I'm going to give you a writing of what your spirit says to you. You're going to receive a selenite with crystal and copper with it. And I have 4 left. So if you have subscribed and you would like to have one of these, just say Happy Easter. And I will say that you are one of my subscribers, and I will do a little reading for you on your card, and I'll put it in your thing. You do have to text me an address for me to mail this to you, but it's already ready to be packaged to send it to you for Easter. This is a gift for my subscribers. All right, let me get my little thing here. All right, happy Easter. So happy Easter, everyone. Yes. So, Super Mama Rebecca, this is going to be a reading for you. And this is from your spirit guide to you today. All right? This is for Easter, just for you. All right, you ready? Here we go. Let me make sure to write your name on the very back so I don't forget who you are. You are Rebecca. Super Mama Rebecca. Okay? Now, let's see what you're doing. So you have your eyes closed. You are wearing like a crown. You're seated in a position that is like you have wings, pretty wings here. You have a pretty bird above your head. You have a sword. You have your hand over your heart, like you are taking care of your heart at this time. But you have this soldier outstretched arm look. And this is you staying strong. And you do have that bird above your head. A couple of birds. So this is the Holy Dove descending upon you and speaking to you. And the your wings are animals. One of them is an elephant. The other one is a bird. And these are your spirit guides that kind of manifest as and shapeshift. And so this is from Spirit to you today. There's below you is a mask. This means you're stepping into your authenticity. You're letting go of your false self. You're becoming not just you, but the invisible world, which will make you eventually invisible and shapeshift just like your spirit guide. You need to set boundaries and cut off those who are wearing the mask. And you may want to fast from people so that you can fully merge with spirit. So set boundaries. Use your wings as an oracle. Get your crown. Listen to the holy dove. Put your hand over your heart. Keep your eyes closed. And seek first the kingdom of God. This is a very good symbol for you, but that you're sitting is simply saying that it's time for you to communicate with God from within your heart. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and continue to focus inward, not outward, at this time in your life. So let's hear a song, and let Spirit write some words for you here, and I will mail this to you. Let's see here. Love me tender, love me true, all your dreams fulfilled. For my darling, I love you, and I always will. That's from your higher self to you today. So I will put this in an envelope. Thank you for being my subscriber. I will continue to give free gifts to my subscribers. You receive a free selenite crystal wand with copper and crystals. And we're going to put it in here for you. And we will have it ready to mail out. I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. Put this in there. There we go. So that's a beautiful message. Isn't that wonderful? I love that one. All right, who's next? If you are a subscriber, you have the opportunity to get a free card from me. It is a message from your higher self to you today. It comes with a free selenite wand, and it is an original piece that I will mail to you. You just have to mail me or text me an address if I don't have it. So just say Happy Easter, and then I will pick you. All right, Princess Reflections. Princess Reflections, what is your first name, darling? I know I've read for you before, but I can't remember your name. Princess. I just remember your name, Princess. Okay, Denise. All right, you ready, Denise? Let's see what Spirit has to say to you today. So exciting. This is your Easter present from your higher self. What? Here we go. What is that? We can't see it, can we? Yes, we can. We can see it. You have very large hands, and Spirit wants to say, it says, something about mom, and then, but there's eggs and a flower, a very beautiful hat with gorgeous flowers. Almost like an Easter hat, a bonnet, like an Easter bonnet. You have little animals. It's so cute. So far, you have a little rabbit. The little rabbit's holding a duck. For goodness sake. This is so cute. So, it's just this motherly energy for you today. It seems to be just a, a Easter basket that is so here's the rabbit, right? There's the ears of the rabbit, like this. And the rabbit's holding a little egg, like a little golden egg. And there's this eggs, egg, 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 egg everywhere. And you're holding something. This is your hand. You're like holding the rabbit. And it's a flashlight. And the flashlight is shining a light. And you have all these eggs. Oh, It says awake. You are awake. And it's a light. Keep your light on. And there's like this crown. And there seems to be people's spirit from the spirit world coming forward. But let's just keep it Easter here. There's rabbits. There's it seems like you're being told Happy Easter from just not just your spirit guide. There's other energies coming forward. This is a rabbit with a hat. Everybody has these hats on. I need to get a pen to do that. A skinnier pen. Hold on. It's like a rainbow back here. Wait, I need a skinnier pen than that one. Thank you so much. I love you. It's a bird. Looky there. What a cute, cute, cute little bunny bun bun. Cute, cute, cute little bunny bun bun. Here we go. There you go. All right, let's hear a song, what Spirit has to say to you. What is the White Rabbit? We are in the year 2023, which is the year of the White Rabbit. This means that we are becoming white as snow. We're becoming invisible. This means that we are not going to suffer the world of the ship of fools anymore. We're stepping into some adepthood and to an ascension that is going to be amazing. We are awake. And so we're cracking out of an egg, and the White Rabbit is very good. Neo Anderson followed the White Rabbit. We're following the White Rabbit. All right, let's see what Spirit has to say to you in a card for Easter. Let's see here. Your Spirit says, fill me up to the top. Don't ever stop till I overflow with love It is the seed. Something, something, till it keeps on flowing, stronger every day. I know. So fill me up to the top. Don't ever stop till I overflow with love. All right. Don't fill me half the way. Basically, just fill your heart up with so much love, like 1,000 million Easter eggs. Fill me up to the top. Don't ever stop till I overflow with love. This is from your spirit guide to you. Okay? Let's put another bird there. You don't want to be alone. That's from spirit to you. Let's put it in an envelope. If you want to color it when you receive it in the mail, you can. What you can do is take an eraser and erase, and then you can paint it. You can color it, whatever you want to do. We will put it in the envelope. And it comes with a selenite wand with crystals and copper. And we will put them in your envelope. You will receive this one in the mail with the butterfly. I'll just put your address right here. And we'll go ahead and put it in there. There we go. All right. And we have one. We have two left. So we have. All you have to do is you have to be a subscriber to me. As a subscriber, you will receive free gifts all the time. Just say Happy Easter, and I will pick you in divine timing. All right. Happy Easter, Christine. Thank you, Denise. I just received your address. All right. So, Christine, let's make your card from Spirit. So your card will go that way. This will be the back. Is your name actually Christine? Christyne. There we go. Yeah, Christine. Okay, you ready? Here we go. Let's see what Spirit has to say to you for Easter today. All right. So you're holding a star. You're holding a scepter in your other hand of a tetrahedron or some sacred geometrical diamond shape like this. And you're wearing like a little tutu made of clouds. Your dress is clouds. Your arms are clouds also. You have a cloud above your head. It's not just a cloud, it's a shape-shifting spirit guide that is shape-shifting today into a lion. The lion is the energy of the sun. And this particular lion is wearing a crown of the threefold flame. Clouds everywhere. Fire symbol. Electricity. Electricity, clouds. Also, you're a diviner, and you have a balance symbol, like Libra balance symbol, but it's a divining device to be a diviner. So the little tutu just reflects cloud energy, happy energy. You have 3 crosses on you also, and airplane that's making clouds in the sky. See the airplane? There's an airplane is making clouds in the sky, and it says okay. Everything's going to be okay with a star. Lightning, clouds, wind, star, tetrahedron, scepter, divining wand, fire. Very, very, very positive, happy message for you today for Easter from Spirit to you. Isn't that amazing? All right, so let us see what song Spirit has to give you, and we will put it in your card. Let's see if you hear a song. The moon in all its phases. Your love amazes me. Two birds. The moon in all its phases, your love amazes me. That's from Spirit to you today. For Easter, what? Happy, happy Easter. We will put it in an envelope for you. Let's see here. Smush, smush. Okay. We will get your selenite with your crystals and your copper. We will get this will be, make sure this is empty. Yeah. This is yours with the mushrooms on it. I'll put your name right there. And let's go ahead and get it. We have one more that we can do today. And don't worry, if you do not get a gift today, I'm going to be giving more away tomorrow. But you must be a subscriber. I give free gifts all the time, okay? Thank you so much. Just make sure that you send me an address. It doesn't have to be your address. It could be a P.O. box, whatever. It doesn't matter. I I need an address and I will mail them out by what today? I can mail them out tomorrow. So make sure you get it to me by tomorrow. Ah, I love you too. Oh, happy Easter. How about Yaya? Let's do Yaya. Yaya is Loretta. I love Yaya. Okay, you ready? This is going to be so fun. It's like, here we go. Okay. So you're riding a horse. You're smiling. Big smile. Here's your horse. Or it's a dragon. No, it's a dragon. Okay. Listen, dragon is your higher self. You're becoming invisible. That's good. Your entire body is looking like a star. Invisibility is the formula. And becoming invisible will make you nothing and yet everything. Dragon. You have a holy dove above your head. Your hair makes wings. This is freedom of thought. This is a powerful mind. You have one hand on the top of your dragon. Your dragon seems very proud of you. There's more than one dragon. You're in the land of the dragons. Obviously, there's strange dragons everywhere. Even here. That looks like my dragon. That my dragon's all fuzzy like that. That's me. Ah ha ha ha. That's my dragon. And the dragon's doing the art, not me. Ah ha ha. I showed up in your art. How cute is that? That is so dang cute. Your dragon loves you so much. Look how happy your dragon is. Very happy dragon. And this is your higher self. No longer fighting with your higher self. Actually learning to become one with your higher self. You have a very interesting symbol on there. That's very awesome. And then, of course, down here is a knife. And this is no longer needing to set strong boundaries because you've learned how to work your mind very well. This is your dragon telling you that you've achieved a mental perfection. That's really good. Very proud of you. Good job. All right, you ready to see what Spirit has to say to you in your card? All right, let's see. Did I ever tell you you're my hero? You're everything I wished I could be. There you go. That's from your higher self to you. I can fly higher than an eagle, for you are the wind beneath my wings. Here you go. Here's your selenite, just for you. It's a selenite wand. And the very last one, yours is going to look like this. It has a butterfly here and a little mushroom here. Your name's going to go there. I will go ahead and put it in there, and we will mail it out tomorrow. Isn't that awesome? I love it. There's such positive messages. Easter is so amazing. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one has something in it, does it not? Yes. Yep, we got all 5 for today. Now, do not feel dismayed. I will be giving out free gifts tomorrow if you are nice and supportive and thankful, and don't get upset or anything that you didn't receive anything. Just take it in divine timing. I will give out free gifts tomorrow. We will be going live a little bit early tomorrow. We have a reading at 12, and then John is going to come at 2 o'clock to talk about the power of observation. And we will have a time of giving out free Easter presents for you. And I may be giving out glow-in-the-dark necklaces or the selenite or whatever, but I will be doing the cards for you. These will be the Easter cards. Maybe we'll make it a tradition where you can receive a card from me, but it's an incentive as a subscriber. As a subscriber, I want to give you guys lots of love and presents, whether it's a free reading or it's something that you receive in the mail from your higher self, to inspire you to keep going. You're doing a great job. Thank you for listening to Spirit. Thank you for hearing Spirit. Thank you for questioning everything so that you can tune yourself to the correct frequency within you. You guys are doing a great job. I encourage you to stay illuminated. Break open that egg. so that the new world can fully manifest and you can start seeing everyone as a mirror of you through forgiveness and love. I love you guys, and I will blow some bubbles for you. Let's see what Zoltan has to say. Zoltan usually is a little off because he, after all, is a robot. So let's see.
There is bitter confusion on the horizon. Even my powers are not strong enough to answer this question. Proceed with great caution. Sometimes fear is the greatest offense as well as defense.
Well, we're going to blow bubbles at Zoltan. Here you go, Zoltan. That's what we think about your message. All right, whether it resonated or not, that's what Zoltan had to say. Bubbles, I love you too. You guys are amazing. Hi, Queen Karma. Yeah, right. You're so welcome. Yes, yes, yes. I love you too. I love you guys. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Everything is going to be okay. Happy Easter. Happy Easter. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Decorate your house. Hide Easter eggs inside, not just outside. Don't just hide Easter eggs. Hide jewels. Hide whatever. Make it a seek and find. Even if you're an adult, even if you have no kids, make it fun. Blow bubbles and get into the Easter spirit, because we are all cracking out of the spiritual egg and really coming into ourself and our power. And I do dearly love you. We will see you guys again tomorrow. Bye-bye.